Hello and welcome to another GT Sport video. I am the Crazy M80 here with some daily race B here at the Spa Circuit de Spa in the Mazda. Gonna have some fun here today. It took me a while to get a hang of this track here, but as soon as we got it, I had some really good fun. And so we're gonna go ahead and get things started here, starting in P2 with a pretty decent qualifying position for this race. I will admit, starting in the top 5 at this race was a very big benefit because where the green flag went off, you're right in the middle of that last chicane and often had to let off. But as we see here, going into turn 1, the Aston Martin just parks right in the center and kind of hits the inside barrier. Me there in second place, and the third place Peugeot, I believe that is, pile into the back of them there, but we keep on moving on. No penalties, no harm, no foul, sort of thing looks good there. So going down here through the S's here for the first time, everything looks good, just trying to keep it nice and tidy, no mistakes. And with that third place car right behind me, I'm going to dive in as late as I dare, just to make sure that keep pressure off from behind me. Not quite close enough to make a run at that first place car in this corner. As you can see, I just go a little bit wide, but luckily the third place car goes a little bit wider, and that gives us some breathing room as we go on into the rest of this lap. So we're going to jump forward just a little bit here, right on his tail. And it's not the first time you're going to see his lights flash. I don't know if he just keeps on hitting the button by accident or just likes hitting those flashing lights. But here we go, chasing down that Aston Martin in the Mazda, right on his tail, and I'm trying the best I can not to get into the back of him here. Not really sure where he's going to hit the brakes. It's the first time I've followed him going through, so just trying to be easy here and not get in the back of him as we go into some of these corners. But we're going to go ahead and jump ahead here right into the final section of the track here. You can see he's got a decent lead here. Again, those lights just a flashing. But get a good run through here. As we come onto the front stretch, try to get into the slipstream and pull right up behind him here, so we're not going to be too far behind as we come out of the hairpin. And leave him a little bit of space here in case he parks it on the inside again. He does not. We all get through cleanly. And this is where I learned a valuable lesson here going through this really fast section. When you're that close and you're in the slipstream, you can really lose the nose pretty easy, especially coming up the hill here. So I go just wide because I lost the nose and able to draw myself a half a second penalty there. As soon as that comes up, I know it's time to really turn it on here. So I pull down to the inside and I brake as late as I possibly can. So I figure if I'm going to serve this half second penalty, I'd rather do it from the lead than from second. Dive in as late as I possibly can as the Aston Martin gets loose on entry, and I'm able to slip on by into the lead. And let's see if we can pull away by at least a half a second or more, try to give us some space here before having to serve that penalty. But ammo in that chrome Aston Martin is not going to let me get away easy. Lights are flashing, and again, I don't know if he's doing that just to try to dig a distraction or anything like that for me while I was in the lead there, but he's just having fun and likes the lights flashing. But we're just trying to stay ahead. Going to jump forward just a little bit here as that gap stays pretty even. I mean, he does a really good job trying to get back to my inside here as we come out of that left-hander, but I have a better position going in through the right. And again, still able to maintain that lead here. Just trying to stretch it out here as much as I can onto this final section of the course, going on to this long backstretch here, going through that small left-hander in the kink. Jump for the last part of the section here, able to still maintain that pretty good lead. Use up as much of the track on the outside as I can to get a good run off of there. And overall, things are going pretty smooth here now. Have a decent lead just out of the slipstream for that Aston Martin. Hit a good turn 1, come off the gear, start pulling away just that little bit more. Again, just going to try to make sure I'm outside of the slipstream for him so he doesn't get a run on me going into that hard braking chicane. Here we go, serve the penalty. Checking the mirrors, and able to get to the braking zone before he gets there. Able to dive in a little harder, courtesy of going slower. And able to hold him off through there, and we'll just have lap 3 be a repeat of lap 2 as far as be able to pull ahead of him. So jumping forward to the end here, just in those last 2 corners again. Nice sizable lead. Aston ammo in that Aston Martin, just still trying here. That car sounds beautiful though. I gotta admit that Aston Martin just sounds great hearing that V8 go by. It's really cool. So, but hey, bring it home in P1 after starting P2, and definitely making some headway here up through the rankings. So the next race coming up, having jump up into the next rank, qualified a little further back in the field, in the 6th position here. And as I said, this is where that being outside that top 5 was a little bit of a harder start. So, because we'll see here as when the green flag goes in the air, it's like right at the braking zone for this corner. The green flag comes out right about here. So you have to like gas it up and then immediately slow down to make that corner. Whereas the top 4, top 5 are just able to get on the throttle and stay on the throttle. So we'll do what we can here though, just to not lose anything. The field spaces out pretty quickly there. Go to that first hairpin with no excitement, but we'll go ahead and jump forward here to that first chicane as we're coming up the hill. And with no pressure behind me, I'm going to dive in pretty late here. Or I should say, sorry, take it pretty easy just to try to get a run off of this chicane here. So cut the corner nicely on the inside. Perfect, just enough to not get a penalty. Same on the backside here, and able to pull about 3 car lengths on that purple TT as we go through there. Through the carousel, just staying right on that purple TT, trying to get a good run and see if we can't pull the inside here. Nope, not quite there. Oh, so close. But losing the nose again coming through there. And then I'd like to say this next corner I lose the nose again, but I just think I was overdriving it as we go through here. Hit the brakes a little too late. Slide off the track. Save it. Just barely save it. So now I got to play a little bit of catch up here, but we'll see how this turns out as we go towards the end of the lap as we jump forward here. Through the kink. Coming towards that final right and left kind of double hairpin. As we see the 4th and 5th place cars make contact as they go into the corner. The Jaguar going wide. Just trying to get a good line coming through here and able to pull up as those 2 guys slow them down pretty immensely. Just straighten off the corner here as Van Fan's in that purple TT. Does the normal racing line pull his inside, but I think better of it. Just go ahead and pull him behind for now rather than try to do some sort of last minute dive in there. And now the 4th and 5th place cars are side by side, going down into the essence. Thinking better of it, he backs off. And I'm just seeing what we can do here. I see that 1st place car just pulling away. I know 1st place is kind of a little bit out of the spectrum right now, but getting a really good draft as those guys were fighting and kind of slow themselves down. Pull to the inside. Brake as late as possible and just do a textbook overtake as we go off into the chicane. Quick right. And poor Van Fans goes a little wide here, leaving plenty of room for me on the inside. And I'm able to slide on by to take over 5th spot. Jumping forward here a little bit, we'll see again that purple TT going a little wide there and trying to make up for it here, and goes off the track, leaving us plenty of gap behind us. So no pressure from behind as we are coming to a close on lap 2 here. Trying to catch this Jaguar here and not losing 2nd and 3rd place as much as I would have thought. It's a pretty good battle going on here. Again, the lead is way out there. But the Jaguar goes blind over, gets some dirt on his tires, dives off in there, and you see him just evade, goes wide, leaving the lane wide open for me as the 2nd and 3rd place cars get together. And unable to capitalize like I really would have hoped for, considering how hard they came together here coming off that last corner. Slide up into the 3rd position here, but I guess I was just a little too gingerly on the brakes, and that Jaguar able to slide right back up the inside. Not quite enough to clear me though, as we have a drag race down towards the bottom of the hill. And I definitely have the preferred line going here, so luckily driver of that ExxonMobil Jaguar backs off and through through, and I just barely don't get a penalty on that one. I was surprised at how much I was over the line, or right on the berm there. So it looked like he has to serve a penalty here, and this will give me plenty of breathing room going into the final time through the chicane, just trying to see if I can narrow down and catch that second place car and maybe make a bout for that. But as we come on into the last set of corners, you see we just ran pretty well even. Me and the Skyline there, that GTR. As we come across the finish, lap 3, bringing it home P3, not bad for the first time in the new ranking. Just a ton of fun at this track, though. I really like this one. So, but hey, let me know what you guys think of the race. Let me know if you have any tips for how I can get better around this place. I'm still relatively new to GT Sport, trying to gain as much as I can. But hey, won a race, finished top 3, moving up through the rankings, and I think we're set up pretty good here. So. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for more content for both GT Sport and NASCAR Heat 5. I'm the Crazy M80, signing off.